Assalamu alaikum, my name is Vilas Kamran, and our topic for today's panel discussion is how media has shaped the public opinion. So as we have seen that media has been introduced in Pakistan in the early 2000s. We have adopted digital and the media in the early 2000s, and we have adopted digital media specifically in the in 2008 2010. We have adopted the digital media. Now we see that media always has played a vital role in any society to bring awareness and to bring awareness of the rights to the people of Pakistan. So we have our respected panelists today that will be speaking that how media has shaped the public opinions. We have Mr. Sama, who will be representing the youth in the rural areas. We have Mr. Saad, who is a social activist, who highlight the challenges and difficulties faced by the civilians. We have Ms. Isha, who will be enhancing and describing the women's rights and how media has shaped the public opinion on women's rights. We have Ms. Natasha, a psychologist, who will be giving a brief view of that how psychologically it is working and how it is bringing the changes to the mindset of the people. So starting from Mr. Saad, as he is a social activist and he highlights the causes and the issues. Mr. Saad, could you please tell me specifically, start from that how social media and how the media has played part in changing and shaping the public opinion?
Thank you, Mr. Balaj, for giving me the opportunity. And hello, my audience.
Oye, Wasim.
In the present, in the present era, the media has a prominent role in our society because I believe the media is the fastest way to spread and disseminate the information in our society, and people can get the perspective. And as the media, because media is also interesting as well as remolding our opinion in terms of different perspectives, socially, economic wise, political, and environment and entertainment as well. So there are several kind of categories in 21st century regarding to media. First one is the television, mass media, electronic media, print media, newspapers, and cell phone and internet, so on. But problem is that if you observe your television 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you will often wonder that while switching the programs or serials on your TV, so you will be wondering that what kind of media playing a role in our so-called Islamic system and this society. Is it contributing to the promoting our culture, norms in terms of Islamic way, religious perspective, or not? If we talk about today, the Bollywood and Hollywood is seen to be leading our traditions through the entertainment. This is very important. In 2020, you remember that COVID erupted, and we all were imprisoned in our home. So the Turkish serial, I think Fathul Nazim, entered in our market, and people are desperately waiting and involving at that time. So what is that? Because no doubt they have a lot of jihadis and Islamic perspective on this drama. But why we could not enter our actors at that type of play and that type of role? Because we just taken their and adopted the culture of Turkeys rather than promoting our Pakistanis or national modes. That's it.
So Mr. Saad, do you think that we have such kind of facilities like the facilities that they have for the TV shows that they have? We are not having such kind of facilities here available in Pakistan. Do you think that?
Yes, exactly. Because we are also working since inception of Pakistan. We are leading our actors in terms of drama, in terms of film industry. So why we could not give a chance to our actors or directors to write this kind of script or this kind of telecast in our country rather than focusing on foreigners or and so on. So that's why my point is that we can shape or remold our society in terms of culture, because the media, I think, play a very prominent role in terms of shaping our culture, such as I discussed you earlier, that Bollywood and Hollywood, because they are also Bollywood also getting the tradition or culture from Western. So we are in a very middle point and crossroad. We are standing in a very at crossroad. We have not our own culture. We have no our values in terms of film industry or and so on, TV serial, because we just adopting the westernized culture, and sometimes we take the Eastern culture from Indian movies. So my point is that we should promote our culture rather than adopting the foreigners' norms and modes and so on.
Thank you, sir. I got your point. There's another question I would like to ask. That, are there any examples that where media has played a negative or positive role in challenging prevailing public opinions?
Yes, there are several. My point of view, if you heard or I think if you were all in Pakistan on 9th May when the Imran Khan arrested. So what happened at that time? Because the media was playing a key role at that time, because the PTI workers is being incited by their leaders through hate speeches. So if you have, as a responsible consumer of media, so you can firstly evaluate our news which we are receiving, either it is factual or not. Then we base our opinion or our perspective regarding to that, either regardless of their leaders, regardless of their anything.
Sir, I may disagree, but it's your point of view. I respect it. So now coming towards Usama, do you think that what Mr. Saad is saying, is it relevant? Is it that it starts on the 9th May? That he's saying that
जोर से बोलो।
people have rights to stand by their rights, so they are trying to support their leader. What they are thinking, that what they
जोर से
their
perception, they are right for their leader.
in their perception there's a motive.
Because they are following their leader one and they are supporting their leader.
Mr. Usama,
Sorry for interjecting, but my argument is here is that if we follow the Imran Khan, it does not mean that we prevail the extremism or chaotic situation in our country. Because I was a victim at that time, because I was taking a class at university and some faculty member is also stuck at there. Just because the followers are running and prevailing the chaotic situation all across the country. So that's it. If you follow the Imran Khan, it does not, in my opinion, to enforce on yourself. But my point is that we should evaluate the factual things rather than based on the third party or focal person.
I respect your opinion, sir, but there's a difference between the hate speech and the truth speech. So coming towards Usama, please, Usama, would you please tell that how media is shaping young people's perspective, as you are the representative of the youth in the rural area?
As we are talking about the media has the significant role in shaping public opinion.
Specifically, how it is influenced the youth in rural areas?
The arrival of social media for rural people in Pakistan, we have to say that they have the awareness of what they are trying to, what the consequences they are facing, or the problems. They have the right to protect
They are learning from the media,
Yes,
right?
I am trying to say that they have the ability to think and to have a sense of what is going on in the world. That's why I say that if media have highlight the successful stories of rural areas, so that others will get motivations, or if the individual express their opinions or experience, so everybody can see that what is going on. And
So, Usama, do you think that showing like general science shows and education purpose shows on the media would be helpful?
yes, I agree with that, because if we share the CDs or videos of general science, so it can So it is helpful for them in the agriculture or the farming.
Alright. Coming towards Ms. Isha. Ms. Isha, could you please tell us that how has media coverage influenced public attitudes towards human rights in Pakistan? Or specifically talking about the human rights in Pakistan and how media has highlighted them.
देख ले आगे बैठा हूँ
So, we all know that knowledge is power and social media helps to learn about human rights and also in a women's right. They can share their thoughts and share their opinion on social media, and social media also help to create a strong community, and they can share their experience on harassment, and on harassment they can and they can speak out against the problem and pressure to take a strong action on that. On the other hand, we have an example of Tanveer Baloch. She was a Pakistani social media celebrity. She is famous for her bold talks, and outspoken personality, and she is spoken about human rights and women rights also, and freedom. And in the case of Tanveer Baloch has highlighted the power of social media as a tool of social awareness and challenging norms.
So, do you think that media is helping them to learn human rights and to implement to protect their rights?
Yeah, it can help, and also women know about their laws and regulations that protect their rights.
Alright. Coming towards Ms. Natasha. Ms. Natasha, would you like give a perspective of the psychological perspective on what Mr. Saad has said? He has told us that media plays a negative role as well as positive role. Would you like to keep it in the how the media is playing its role?
Social media play a both roles, like negative and positive also. In a positive way, social media play like build a communities or connect with others, connect with emotions and it can lead in a negative way as it builds anxiety and self-comparison and self-esteem, who destroy our personality. As a psychologist, I believe it's a very stress movement for a person who going through from a negative media play.
Ms. Isha, what do you think that the role that the negative media plays? How to cope up with that?
How to cope up? First of all, make your boundaries towards social media. As you know, today our youth took a lot of time of social media platforms and apps. So reduce screen time from social media's apps. And secondly,
So you're saying that
maintain those gaps from your families and sit together and talk between your family and stuff like that.
thank you, Mr. Dasan. Saad, please could you tell that how the rise of social media specifically has affected the way media shapes public opinion, specifically if we are talking about social media.
Social media, because nowadays the most of people, either students or the professionals, are infected on media, through media. Due to several reasons, either they are performing their job online, or maybe the students are using the online platform such as Classroom or portals or emails and so on, many things. which we are interpreting. But thing is that we should create a balance in through using the media, because if we do not use create a balance or maintain the check and balance, or is maintain or more spectrum, because if you enter in the media, you will interact with a lot of with full of spectrum of information, and things are interacted with you. But it is your responsibility to check and evaluate which kind of information is relevant or which kind of information is factual for yourself or generally. So it is your responsibility to take the media as a tool to in order to increase their positivity or mitigate the negative side of our
prevent yourself from the
yes.
false news and Mr. Osama, would you please like to conclude your part in that panel discussion?
In my
As a
opinion,
representative of the youth.
in my opinion, I say that if we provide them the basic thing that in social media platform, like
Basic education.
basic education, or give them a sense of their infrastructure they have to improve, or the development they have to work on that, so they can work or they can face the consequences in future. So they can helpful for them to make them to
It's beneficial for them.
beneficial for them, and as well as I have to say that if they had a chance to stand and to think about themselves for the feudal laws.
As you have discussed that they are raising their voice against the feudalism as well. Osama, thank you. Now, Ms. Isha, would you like to conclude your part?
So, in conclusion, I would like to say that, first of all, as she talked about a negative way of social media, but social media also help people for education, and also in rural areas, social media also help to earn money, and they also take online classes. Students, they also take online classes on online education, and by this, after the completion of the course, they can work remotely, and also they have the opportunity to learn anything by online. And I would say that we should use the social media in a positive way, and it can be more helpful thing for us.
Thank you, Ms. Isha. Mr. Sal, please would you try to conclude your part?
I will conclude my whole discourse in that point that media, as we all discussed, that media is as work as an influencer in our society. So we can bring the positive change or radical change in order to promote our cultures or anything which is positively prevail. So we can add the positivity in our society in order to using this tool, because we are living in a hybrid war and hybrid era. So we cannot directly attack or directly assault any country. We can use this kind of weapon to change the mind of people, either they are living at there, either they are living at foreign countries. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Sal. Now, Mr. Sasha, in the psychological aspect, would you like to conclude your part?
Yes, sure. In my perspective, or conclusion card, I rather say that today, as we are in the social media world, so we have to cope up with that. If we have positive outcome from social media, as well as negative impact. So I am not judging that social media is impacting negatively, but it's positively impacting also. As Isha said, social media is used for education, online business. Yes, I run my online business and it's going well, mashallah. So it's social media have opportunities to avail, and in my perspective, as a psychologist perspective, we should spend more time to family rather than a phone or social media to cope up the boundaries with that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sasha. society, media plays a vital part to make aware people of their rights, to know and to distinguish between what's right and what's wrong. Media is always like, if we are having a free media, we are having a big advantage. For the people who are unprivileged, we are providing them the information, the right information that is required. So that's all from our side now. Coming towards the question answers, feel free to ask any kind of question regarding the topic.
Top.
Specifically, if you want to ask questions,